As a retired head of the Kemper Corporation, Richard Vai has built up an impressive career in the field of insurance. Mr. Vai was born during the Great Depression and grew up during World War II. At that time, the whole focus of the country was on war, and everyone around him was either enlisting in the war effort or being drafted into it. He attended high school in the early 1950s and joined the United States Navy as a pilot during the Cold War in 1958, where he received his wings and commission in June 1960. He was deployed to Barbara Point, Hawaii, and was stationed in Midway Island. Mr. Vai was a survivor of a crash on Midway Island, where 9 of 21 men perished, and he was the co-pilot. As a result of this unhappy circumstance, he became the youngest aircraft commander in the history of his squadron. Following his military service, many of Mr. Vai's friends expected him to take the standard route taken by former military pilots and become a commercial pilot with an airline. To their dismay, Mr. Vai chose a different career path. He was asked to meet with a fellow veteran in the field of insurance, and through their conversation, Mr. Vai was convinced to enter the insurance industry as a sales representative with a reliable life insurance company in 1962. By 1979, he joined the Commonwealth Annuity and Life Insurance Company as its president. This would begin a string of high-level positions within the insurance industry. In 1983, Mr. Vai took on a significant role with the United Insurance Company, serving as its president, chairman, chief executive officer, and a member of the board of directors until 1990. In that same year, Mr. Vai joined Unitrin, named as a portmanteau of two subsidiary companies, United Insurance Company and Trinity Universal Insurance Company. This company would eventually become the Kemper Corporation, and Mr. Vai rose through the company to its highest post, that of chairman and chief executive officer, until his retirement in 2009. When Mr. Vai was asked about the success of Kemper, specifically its ability to attract and retain top professionals in the insurance industry, Mr. Vai cited the company's generous stock options. The program serves as an ingenious incentive because the stock options become more viable as the share price goes up. This motivates each employee to do their best to increase that share price. Though he still serves Kemper as a chairman emeritus, Mr. Vai chooses not to involve himself with the operations of the company, instead preferring to leave such matters to his chosen successor. Instead, Mr. Vai remains active on several military support boards and United Service organizations. He has spent years as co-chairman for the Chicago Navy Memorial at Navy Pier, sponsored by the Chicago Navy Memorial Foundation, and he is the director of the National Museum of the American Sailor Foundation. The foreword of Mr. Vai's biography was written by the chairman and Joint Chief of Staff in the Reagan administration, General John Vesey, and Jim Lovell, who was a participant in the Apollo 13 mission, a good friend and a part of the steering committee of the Chicago Navy Memorial at Navy Pier Foundation. Though his professional career has come to a close, Mr. Vai continues to build a legacy in the form of his numerous charitable and philanthropic contributions. It is his hope that those who will follow will look to his example as a goal to strive for and eventually surpass.